In a world that keeps me insecure to sell me needless crap? Or is it something new? Would you believe it to be true that I do it all for you? For that glimmer in your eye, for your gaze. Miss Vicky?
I trade my fortune for the chance. Enveloped in that special way you glance at me, I feel like I can have it all the moment that I fall into that gaze.
The look of recognition in your eyes is all it takes to have me hooked and hypnotized. It's the feeling of pure ecstasy to be seen the way that I me.
Yes, everything I do is for
Everybody!
Dancers!
I'll do an outfit change, imagine it!
Whoa.
I'll do a twirl, I did it! I'll do just about anything to be your girl. I'll cause a scene to make you stare. I'll take the trip from here to there while serving Cleopatra on a chaise. Take it away, Big.
I'll do choreo and legs for days. I'll go one step beyond and give you grand jetés. I'll be your tiny dancing queen, your Judy, Gaga, Cher, Celine. I'm unsure of uncertain my eyes, but only for the gays. Dance break.
You know it, Kevin knows it too.
She won't go quietly or be ignored.
It's true!
Be careful if you push her, she'll go overboard.
Splash!
On reference, with every move we love her more. We love her cause she does it for the gays.
I'm just a 20-something ingenue, babbling before you, begging for your praise. Please!
Love me, give me the gays, love me.
Give me the gays,
love me. The gays love me.
the gays.
Love me. The gays love me. Big old
Dance break. Okay, let's see her.
Take
This is what the
over.
three of us would do during 10 in the night in the theater. Let's bring it home. Oh, it's the greatest gift, the greatest love, the greatest love to get to be a member of. Cause if you ask me when push comes to shove, it's for the gays.
It's for the gays.
Forgive me if I'm coming on too strong. I just want to be loved and feel like I belong. That's why I wear this little gown and sing this little song. It's for the gays.
It's for the gays.
I'd do anything for.
She'd do anything for. We all know that this whole damn show
Is for. It's Peggy's turn.
the gays.
Anything for the gays. Thank you.
I think we just broke the first national.
I mean, come on!
Thank you for letting us do
Ben
that.
Cohn on the keys, our conductor and music director. I mean, it's also crazy they can sing so well, too. Like, oh, well, this is what the card says, and I agree with it. That was just spectacular. Julia and Noel, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
that.
so much.
Okay, I would love to start with the process of what it was like creating that song.
Take a seat, Kevin. Take the load off.
Thank you so much. Okay. Now, I am knowing you both well. I'm kind of feeding them some questions. Just bear with us. Where did this song come from?
Well, okay, fun fact. Alive Forever, the duet you hear at the end, the original genesis of Alive Forever was actually a song that was Madeline's solo, which was the second song of the show where For the Gays is now. And Madeline was introduced to us all singing the In Memoriam at the Oscars. And she was going to riff over the names of the deceased because she couldn't
Upstaging the
stand
dead
being
people.
upstaged.
Because the dead people were stealing focus.
And we did have fun with this angle, but we found that it was not as sympathetic as a way to meet her. We wanted to fall in love with her.
It was a ballad. We wanted to meet her with like an up-tempo song.
Yeah, so it was honestly our wonderful director, Christopher Gattelli, who was going, the opening of the movie literally opens on a Broadway show. Why fight it? Let's lean in. We knew we wanted to use I See Me in a creative way, but we knew we wanted to like take our own spin on the thing. So he said, really, he was like, you know, we'll keep that, we'll have a place for it, but what if we have a big opening Broadway number and maybe Alive Forever could be this duet? So that kind of was this catalyst to a bunch of things, and we knew, we were like, okay, what is Madeline Ashton's Broadway number? And it took us weeks of brainstorming. We had an idea that was gonna be a spoof of like a My Fair Lady, where she had like teeth blacked out and was like, ow! These are ridiculous ideas that were making us laugh. But
I think it took longer to come up with the title than it did to actually write the song once we came up with the title.
Yes, once we knew the title, it was days, it flew. It was very fast.
Yeah.
But I remember there was a day I had the idea of just For the Gays as a play on words, but didn't even feel like, oh my God, this revelation from the heavens. I sent Noel, I think, a text of 5 different ideas, and I was like, and there's, For the Gays, it's a play on the words, for the gays, but do it for the gays. And
I
Noel,
don't get it.
No, I don't get it.
Yeah, she sent me like 5 ideas, and then I responded with For the Gays, and then blue ribbon emoji, trophy emoji, chicken emoji, dinner plate emoji, winner, winner, chicken dinner. That has to be the title.
Yeah, and he was like, stop thinking, that's it, let's go. And so once we committed, we flew. I have documents of...
I don't think it's changed at all. I think the
No.
version you saw on stage was like the rehearsal version, the workshop version, it just...
Yeah,
Did
once
you
we
guys
allowed
like
it, we
this
were like,
version of it? So you two are actually probably wondering what they're all doing here. This
Yes.
whole audience that was just handed this card.
That's
I'm going to
right.
tell you why they're here.
Oh, good.
And this is a night at Death Becomes Her presented by American Express. Amex card members get exclusive access to experiences across Broadway like Amex pre-sale tickets. Who got pre-sale tickets to this show? There we go.
4 people!
Thanks, Mom. And Amex Reserve tickets, as well as amazing post-show events like this one. And you can learn more about those benefits by scanning the QR code on the insert in your playbill. And now we got even more special guests coming out. Can you? I mean,
The heck you said.
I don't know.
did say it
These-
outright,
these
so
two-
it's no surprise. I feel bad. I
These
shouldn't
two
have to see-
have no credits to their resume, but I'd like you to introduce you to some up-and-comers. Their names are Megan Hilty and Jennifer Simard.
Look at these beautiful stars. Can you believe these two? It's actually outrageous.
I can't believe I'm sitting next to such Broadway royalty right now.
We can't believe it either.
I know. How did we get here? What month is it?
Drink it in.
That's right. Like the potion. Okay, so working on a new musical is always such a huge, huge endeavor. There was an out-of-town tryout. There were workshops before that. Now, when you both came into the show, how did you feel about working on Julia and Noel's material? What was the first thing that came to your mind when you heard their music?
And keep in mind, we're right here.
We're behind you.
Oh, this is Julia.
This is Julia and
This
Noel.
is
Yeah.
Julia.
For some reason.
They're
Oh,
yeah.
It's the only reason I wanted to do this musical. I heard their music and I was like, I need to sing those songs, and I need to be the first person to sing those songs. I like truly like. I was completely blown away hearing their demos, and yeah. And you guys, the songs that had to be cut, just to make the show like I don't. It's so sad how many like incredible songs had to be cut in order to get this version, because there's so many brilliant ones. I cannot wait for the concert. The trunk show, yeah.
What's
yeah.
it called, Julia?
Well, we got a great suggestion. We're going to call it Death by 1,000 Cuts. That wasn't our idea, but we're happy about it.
Thank you, Drew, on the music team for that.
Drew.
Okay, so and this can be a question for any 4 of you. what about Death Becomes Her was exciting as a potential musical adaptation?
Well, the minute you saw the source material, it lent itself, in my mind, and I know I'm not alone in this, to being a Broadway musical. The source material, the movie is dramatic, and I mean over the top dramatic, heightened, right? And that is exactly what theater is. It's a heightened art form. So that is one of many reasons. You would like to continue?
Oh yeah. No, like you said, the stakes are so high. It's like operatic. Did I say operatic? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very tired. Operatic. So many times I feel like in translating movies to the stage, it's so naturalistic. It's a hard sell that we break out into song. In this story, of course we're singing at each other and really loud. I think it is one of, I've always thought that this movie was one of the best cases for turning a movie into a musical for that reason.
I completely agree
Yes.
with that. Yes.
Yeah.
And in terms of that, now we've got iconic moments like the stair fall or the hole in the stomach, and other things along the way. Like, what? Any of you can answer this as well. What part were you most excited to musicalize or put on stage? Like, what were you like? Oh, I can't wait to see how we do this, or what she sings about. Is there any moment where you're like, oh, this is so satisfying?
No.
Was the inspiration for that one?
That's just a
Well,
little
this is making
peek
each other
into the
laugh.
writing process,
Right.
which sounds like a fun house in a
Yes.
way, a house of mirrors.
That's right.
Jen and Megan, is there a part of the show that you can't wait to do each night? Is there a moment where you just lock in and you're like, oh my God, this is Broadway, this is why I'm here, this is the moment I look forward to every night in the show?
Well, as a unit, I love when we're in our purple gowns and we do that. Drug, take a different and make a different motion, sorry, let's rap. That, I just love that, and through the pillbox moment, and just that, and through the door. Like, I like when we end up working together, I think, the most.
Yeah.
That's
Same.
really wonderful.
Same, I swear.
Same.
Yeah. And to Julia and Noel's point before, like Alive Forever went through many, many different incarnations, as well as that was then, this is now.
Yeah.
And what I find fascinating is a song you auditioned with, which is Madeline's song Falling Apart, was also sort of the last song you put the final touches on before the show opened. So that's like a 4.5-year journey of one song. And it was like the last little thing they put on the show.
Like
was
the
this
last
incredible
week.
ending.
Yeah, it was like we froze the next day. It was very special to us to get to have that, because Falling Apart is how we auditioned. We basically, Marco, a wonderful book writer, had a draft of Act 1, and he was already involved, and so we got that the assignment was write Madeline's song after she sees Helen in the red dress at the book launch. And so we wrote Falling Apart, and we just loved it going all over the place, just peak drama and the hysterics and all of it, and it ended in a way that was fun, and we loved it, and the song just was what it was for a few years. And it was really in the home stretch that we were kind of watching this unfold, and it was like, let's just like bring it home in a way, let's challenge ourselves to be in a place where the song felt ready and good enough. Like, it was great, because obviously, I mean, with the great Megan Hilty. And then we also, though, were like, why not? We're here. When else are we going to get to be here and have this moment? And once it's frozen, we're gone. We're done, right? So we just sat upstairs on the 5th floor, and we were just churning out options and ideas, and we came up with the wrinkled little star, remind them who the fuck you are. That whole ending where she sees the card and it just takes it home, and it's just so wonderful that was the first thing we wrote and the last thing we finished.
But it is tricky for a 4.5-minute song to span 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a wild
And to try to channel wherever we were 4.5 years ago, so it felt like the same, so it didn't feel like two different songs, yeah.
What I loved about it was that the original was that she was falling apart, that she had fallen apart, so she was kind of stumbling her way
She
to
had like given up by the end of the
Viola's.
song.
And I just love that we landed in a place where she's like, no, Madeline Ashton will not fall apart. There was a fight that was added that I think helped.
Ooh, go ahead, Megan. Do you have? Yeah.
Yes.
Beautifully said.
It was a huge turn and was very, very helpful for me in like, oh no, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna turn this into the next thing instead of just like, oh, I've fallen apart, what am I gonna do? You know, it was, and then picking myself up off the ground, it was built into it, and it was so, I remember the first time I heard the demos, and I was like, oh God, oh, that's it, that's so great, oh my God, I can't believe I get to do that. It made sense before, but then it also, with how the structure of the show changed, that changing with it just fueled it going to the next thing.
It's one of my favorite parts of the shows. Along with that was then it kind of went through a similar gestational period,
Yeah.
and ending on that incredible last part where she kind of takes the reins back at the end.
Yeah. No, it was a labor of love, and one thing I love about artistry, whether you're the actor or the writers, is being willing to change.
Singing to Ernest about, being happy with she was like, oh, we can just sit around and do nothing together. I can do nothing with you. I have nothing with you. It was very just like, this kind of wonderful milquetoast, but like delicate thing that actually is where we came up with the I love you, you're my person. So we saved that and that became such a mirror throughout. But the journey to get to that was a couple different leaps, and then finding that in the home stretch was like felt so essential to the drive, because it's this two-hander, and I think we felt like we really wanted Helen's transformation to be such a grand and stark contrast. We were like, okay, if we're getting Helen in the red dress, Helen at the beginning has to be so meek and delicate, but she has all this fire and she has all this drive, this personality, and so she can't just kind of wilt in the beginning in such a way that, I think adding that ending and stuff, we were like, she has agency now, that in a way that woke it up.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, we wouldn't have found these endings without you two either.
Right.
We could have written these for years, but no, truly. No, but I mean, there's a difference between like the first 3 years writing for whoever Madeline is, whoever Helen is, and then you get Jen Simard, and you get Megan Hill, and we know your voice, and we know your comedic sensibilities, and we get to write directly for you. Like, there was such true inspiration when you guys came onto the project. You just opened so many more doors and windows. Like, oh, they can do that. Oh my God, they can do that. And that, having you guys to immediately try these songs on and try them out was such a help. I mean, we could have written 100 different endings, but it was we did, but it was having you guys, it really helped.
Well, that's collaboration though, and that, if you weren't collaborative, like that would make a difference I'll speak for myself, that would make a difference, but you were so willing to try things and throw spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. So
And I think that's a perfect point to end on, is collaboration, which is kind of the whole thing about theater, at least to me, it is everyone in this building, front of house, backstage, on stage, people who are write it and leave, and Ben, my dear Ben, right there, and all
You're
his
still
friends.
here, my God,
You're
get
still
out of here.
So I want to thank Julia, Noel, Megan, and Jennifer for sharing your time with us.
Kevin.
Thanks once again to American Express, the official payments partner of Deathly Concert. Tell your friends, Viola has enough potion for everyone.
Oh, good. We're all gonna
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.